This tiny patch of ocean on your screen is the most dangerous stretch of water in the world right now. It's Strait of Hormuz and it's just 33 kilometers wide and it carries 20 million barrels of oil every single day. Now, Iran is threatening to block it, and if they block the strait, we could see global oil chaos, military tension, and price shocks across continents. But wait, what is the Strait of Hormuz and why does it affect your petrol bill in Mumbai, Madrid, and Manila? Let's break it down in this video. After the US struck three Iranian military sites, all eyes are now on Iran's potential retaliation. In the range of options Iran has, possibly the most discussed is the threat to block the Strait of Hormuz. But America's actions on Sunday seem to have changed that. Iran's foreign minister Sayed Abbas Araghchi, when asked by reporters about Hormuz, said simply that a variety of options are available with Iran. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio called on China to encourage Iran to not shut down the strait. He said, and I quote, "I encourage the Chinese government in Beijing to call them about that because they heavily depend on the Straits of Hormuz for their oil. If they do that, it will be another terrible mistake. It's an economic suicide for them if they do it." So, what is the Strait of Hormuz? It is a narrow strategic waterway between Iran and Oman. It connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and then to the Arabian Sea. Countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, and Qatar, all big oil producers, use this route to ship oil to the rest of the world. It's kind of like the Suez Canal or the Panama Canal, but for oil. And it's much more fragile. Why? Because of its geography. At its narrowest, the strait is just 33 kilometers wide. The lanes ships use to go in and out, just 3 kilometers each way. And that's tiny and very easy to block. So why does it matter so much? In 2024, over 20 million barrels of oil per day passed through this route. That's nearly a quarter of the world's oil trade. And 20% of global natural gas also flowed through here, mostly from Qatar. No other water route connects the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. So if you shut down Hormuz, the whole world feels it. And not just oil, prices of everything from plastics to food to flights will rise. And why? Because oil affects transportation, packaging, manufacturing, everything. Plus, if the region becomes risky, insurance costs skyrocket. And oil tankers may avoid the area altogether, even before a full blockade happens. So can't they just use another route? Sort of, but not at the same scale. Saudi Arabia has an east-west pipeline that sends oil to the Red Sea. The UAE has another to bypass Hormuz. But together, they can only carry about 6.8 million barrels per day. Even if these pipelines run at full capacity, more than two-thirds of the region's oil would still need to go through Hormuz. And there's simply no replacement. So will Iran actually do it? This is what an expert had to say.
The Iranians have always threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz. Just in the last decade, they've done it thrice because let's not forget, even without war in the past, the IRGC's Navy and the US Navy's own assets have always been in this tension-ridden contest in the Persian Gulf, right? And the IRGC has always shown its ability to mine merchant shipping, to threaten, the global oil supply in the past. This Iranian threat has been constant. But two things have been in question every single time. One is Iran's actual ability to do so, right? Whether for a short or a long period of time, it by no means is guaranteed because even though the choke point of the Strait of Hormuz is very narrow, just about 30 kilometers odd, part of it still lies in Omani waters, right? And the other part is with Iran. It will blocking a strait that is compared to even all other straits crucial to about one-fifth of global LNG supply is tantamount to a declaration of war against all of the other states in the region. China has been the top buyer of Iranian oil. If the Strait of Hormuz is closed, you could argue that the Iranians could still allow these vessels to pass, but since it will bring the United States and other navies in, that oil trade is threatened as well. So it is bad for everybody. That's one grenade, the pin of which Iran will pull if it is completely desperate. Given, I mean, it's evidence of how important the strait is to the world that it's been enough to send energy markets into a dizzy.
Now, the final decision now rests with Iran's Supreme National Security Council. If they say yes, the most important waterway on earth could become a war zone. Like, share, and comment with your thoughts. Will Iran go through with it? And if they do, what should the world's response be? Thank you so much for watching. This is the Indian Express.